At times when things start to go right and you feel positive about something, like finally something good is happening, and it all breaks down, and you feel you've been there before, and you end up feeling numb rather than disappointed or feeling kind of having a fit of rage or anger. Rather, you feel deflated. That's what I feel right now, not just because of what happened today, not just because we lost two games on the bounce now in the Premier League, uh, because of whatever is happening in and around the club leading up to the game, and think that there have been events right after the game as well, which I will come to in another video. We'll have a discussion on that. We'll dive deep into that. But going into today's game against Brighton, I predicted 3-0 to Chelsea. I feel like a complete idiot right now because I relied on this defense to keep a clean sheet. Everything is very reactionary these days. I get it on social media. Uh, like things seem to take a nosedive uh, right after a couple of results if they don't go your way. And that's how modern football is. And everything around Chelsea right now has been about how Maresca isn't good enough, and he has no clue what he's doing. He needs to go. And this has come from our fan base. I see that time and again. And right after the game as well. This has been the this has this has been the main theme going around, uh, even after the even after the Munich game, to be very honest. Uh, as if we expected us to beat Bayern Munich at home, playing our first Champions League game in 2 years with such a young team. Let's put that aside. If you're blaming Maresca for this, see, I don't want to be extremely negative towards a manager right at the start of the season, when just the season before you were all praising and chanting his name, saying that he could be the one to lead us forward because he has done things. And clearly, this guy is not a bottler like Pochettino is, right? He plays finals, he wins finals. He played two finals last season, he won them both. Couldn't have asked for more, honestly. Now, this season, he repeatedly has highlighted the issue that we do not have defensive cover in our team, especially to play the kind of football that he wants his team to play, playing out from the back, beating the press, and then playing some quick, incisive football. He's not one of those managers who will play side to side. He doesn't want to do that. It might seem that he tries to control games by keeping possession and bore the fuck out of you. That's not how he wants his team to play. He wants his team to play exactly like how we did in the first 20 minutes of this game. We were at Brighton. We had them by their throat, right? Brilliant hold up play from Caicedo, breaking things down, mopping things, cleaning things up, and besides that, Cucurella had a great game, a great first half. You know, completely dominating Minte on the left. Uh, we had quick direct play, especially because we beat the press so well that we found João Pedro in those pockets of space where he could exploit and link up play very easily. Play the wingers Estevao and Pedro effectively. Even though I must say that yeah, our decision making in the final third again, we should have we should have created better in the first half. Honestly, after the we got the first goal, we kind of put a handbrake, and that led to Brighton just staying in the game, because for no logical reason we stopped we dropped our intensity. We fell back into a mid block. We stopped pressing that much. We resorted to a lot of long balls, uh, and that kept Brighton in the game. And then in the second half, we blew the game away because of that bloody idiot Trevor Chalobah. He has cost us directly or indirectly 4 goals in the last 4 games. And I wouldn't say goals, he has cost us matches. Uh, One against United and now, right? So having him as your only option as a reliable centre back speaks volumes of the recruitment that we have had. And now the word is that the owners are not happy with Maresca because he's not being able to find a solution, an internal solution to winning matches using this dreadful, pathetic, below average defense that we have. Especially the center back pairing is what I'm talking about, because Reese and Kuku are world class, to be very honest. And I do not say world class easily, because the term world class is used very lightly these days. Players just have a season of good performance and then they're just world class. No, Cucurella and Reece James have been doing it consistently with their own national teams and in the league. Reece James, we all know, is one of the best right backs, if not the best, if he's fully fit, and he has shown that again in this game. But we go a man down after being 1-0 up, and what does Maresca do? And that was expected. He brings off Estevao, and this was we stayed in the game after being 1-0 down. We were somehow still controlling possession. We were still somehow in the game. But then he takes off Estevao, and then he brings on Gusto as our right back and puts James in midfield, and then Minte just gets the better of him throughout. Gusto could not handle Minte. Minte just kept bullying him, which led to eventually the first goal, and then we just fall apart. There was no chance of us coming back in the game after that. A lot could be said about why Maresca made that decision, but what would you have done? Would you not have sacrificed an attacker for a defender, given that we are a man down, because we risk the chance of conceding a second rather than staying in the game and looking to somehow clinch a victory, nick a goal in the end? That could have well been possible, but our system has completely fallen apart because of just the lack of quality. We have, for no apparent reason, forgotten how to play out from the back. And that has shown time and again throughout the season. Pretty early into the season, but it has been showing in every game. And this was a trending uh, this was a theme when Maresca first took over this job. Remember last season when we had our pre-season games and during the first half of the season, where we used to give away goals for fun, Sanchez being a major culprit of that, and then we could not play out from the back, and then we used to just gift goals to oppositions. That has seemed to come back all of a sudden. And you know why? Because we do not have Levi Colville, we do not have Wesley Fofana, we do not have a stable centre back partnership. There is no chemistry going within the back line. That has completely disrupted our system, and we are left exposed. I said at the start of the game that, and in my preview as well, that I am not concerned about us scoring goals. We will. The only thing I'm concerned about is just staying defensively compact. And I was stupid and naive enough to predict that we would not concede a goal in this game, let alone concede three. And now everyone, including the owners, I'll put a new video out on this and have a deep discussion. But owners apparently are looking for alternatives now. They're not happy with Maresca. The journalists are having a field day, because there is an apparent crisis at Chelsea right now, just because we have lost two games in a row, and everything seems to have fallen apart suddenly. The positive start, the vibe that we have, vibe that we had at the start of the season has gone. Has completely been thrown out of the window. Every the It wouldn't surprise me if Maresca gets sacked before Amorim now, because of these stupid owners and the sporting directors and the entire hierarchy that's above the manager. They're cool. I wasn't a part of this platform. I didn't voice my opinion when we had this transfer window, and well, the owners and everyone was praising how the club is changing and how we are making good signings. I'll make a discussion. I'll have a discussion on this later. But I had my doubts. You're relying on an 18-year-old winger called Esteva Willian, who has just come in from Brazil, and asking him to play week in week out, start games. How does it make us different from Manchester United relying on Garnacho for 2 or 3 seasons, when he had all the pressure in the world to perform? Then Garnacho again doesn't get a game in this game because of a stupid red, and we are relying on João Pedro to score us, what, 30 goals a season. He's a brilliant player, but he's not an out and out striker. I think our entire plan fell apart when Liam Delap got injured. Because from what I speculate, Maresca had this philosophy and had this game plan that he would utilize Delap as our number 9, and play Pedro in behind with Cole on the right. That makes our attack way better. But what do we have now? We have an 18-year-old with no experience. We have Joao Pedro without Cole Palmer, who's injured. Pedro Neto, he works his socks off. I cannot hate on him. I cannot say that he's rubbish. He's not elite. He's not world class. That he'll change games, or he'll decide matches for Chelsea. He's not Eden Hazard. So after spending so much money, we have this. And now the owners are apparently putting all the blame on the manager, that you have a very good squad and you are not utilizing it enough. Let me know what you think, guys. This is me, Sarbartha, your host. On the I'm just so deflated. I forgot to even put an intro out to this video. But thanks for watching this. Please share your comments, like, subscribe to this channel. That will help me a lot to make more such content regularly. I'll have more videos out soon throughout the week on what I think, what is going on at Chelsea, because every day is a circus at Chelsea, isn't it? Like, ever since these owners stepped in, there is not a moment, not a day of peace. And I completely sympathize with what Manchester United fans are going through right now. We can't take a season of this, and they have been like dealing with this for 7-8 years, even though they have won a trophy here and there. But the overall picture is very dark and gloomy, and we are just heading into that again. We seem to have stepped out of it, and now we are heading back so easily, just because we have lost two games in a row, thanks to all the media pressure, thanks to all the negativity. What I just want to say is that Maresca should not be sacked. He should stay at Chelsea and work things out. even though this season, I believe from now on is going to be more challenging, and I won't be surprised if we just end up fighting for our lives to finish fourth, because Champions League is a totally different gravy to Conference League. We would not have the luxury to play our B team in midweek games and gain confidence from winning matches. That won't happen. We'll find it difficult in Champions League games, and then Premier League is never easy. So it wouldn't surprise me even if we have even a worse season than last. But I think Maresca is doing his best with what one can do with this squad. That's on my opinion. But do let me know what you think, guys. Your opinion matters more to me, because this will help me build an interactive community, and also help the channel grow. Uh, Please do like, share, and subscribe. And yeah, up the chairs.